It was the first time I had ever stayed that late at the office. The security had turned off the lights and had left. It was almost 11:30 p.m. I began to get worried about my ride back home. It's late night, and in a remote place like this, there's hardly any buses. I was worried that I wouldn't even be able to find an auto rickshaw or taxi at this time. I packed my stuff in a rush and sped to the street, hoping to find a ride back home. But for my luck, nothing seemed to be moving. I sighed and started walking into the pitch black street with no lights at all. I was very worn out from work and I just wanted to get home as soon as possible. The street was dead silent. No noises of even cats or dogs. I tried to distract myself from the silence and was humming to myself. A little while later, I heard a noise behind me, a gentle rustle, which gave me sudden chills. I stopped and suddenly turned back to see what it was. But there was nothing there. I had a long day, so I thought it was my tiredness and kept walking. I walked a little further and once again heard a rustle. This time, I stopped and turned back slowly, and there was nothing there. In fact, there was no one to be seen anywhere at this time. Then I noticed something hanging off my bag. It was my ID card. I thought that the ID card rubbing against my bag was making the noise, and stopped worrying and kept walking. I finally saw some light in the street ahead, from the street lights. I started walking a little faster in the relief of seeing light, and just when I was about to make a left turn into the street, I saw a shadow on the wall opposite me. My adrenaline shot up, and I could almost hear my heart beating. I couldn't believe my eyes. I stood frozen, startled, staring at the wall. It was the shadow of a tall, lean body, appeared to be wearing a baggy outfit. The shadow also stopped moving, and slowly, the shadow's hand raised with long, pointy nails. My heart was beating even faster now, and in the back of my head, I kept on telling myself to run. But I was so frozen in fright that I couldn't even move. I was sweating like I just ran a marathon, and I felt heavy, warm breath on the back of my neck and felt shivers down my spine. Breathing heavily, I finally turned my head over my shoulder. That moment, I felt my heart stop, as I was now in close eye contact with glowing eyes. I was frightened out of my skin, but couldn't get voice out at all. That second, I held a tight grip on my bag and sprinted out into the street with lights. I ran and tumbled into an auto rickshaw. An old man's voice asked, "Are you all right?" The driver dropped me at home safely, but I was still shaken. I did not know what to make out of what had happened or what I saw. I tried telling myself it was just a tiresome night, but the fright was too real to forget.